Right now, you're getting an all-access pass behind the scenes.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
With Inside Edition's Deborah Norville. From the Powerhouse anchor's early days.
We barely had a radio station. We didn't have a TV station.
To career milestones.
I interviewed the President of the United States on live TV when I was 19 years old.
And a dismal downturn.
The Today Show said, go away. I was literally on the front cover of one newspaper, The Other Woman.
Deborah reflects on resilience.
I felt like my life went better when I focused on what was working, as opposed to fixating on the things that went wrong.
And who had a hand in it all?
So if there's a moral of the story.
Plus, a new season of Survivor premieres and a Phoenix man vying for the $1 million prize.
My mom, she said, boy, what is wrong with you? Why would you want to go out there onto an island and do that to yourself?
Plus, Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber are the perfect couple.
And it become this very sort of strange, dark and comic thing, and I was nervous on her first day.
Behind Netflix's buzzy new murder mystery as Liev reveals his anxiety over Nicole's on-set arrival. We are bigger, better, and bringing you more as we kick off season 2 of the show. Welcome to this Arizona's Family original with me, Yetta Gibson. All right, up first, putting the spin on a new era for Wheel of Fortune. Ryan Seacrest is now officially behind the wheel, hosting the longtime show alongside Vanna White. Season 42 now underway, and Ryan, who seemingly has 100 jobs and has met countless celebrities, may have found something that has made him starstruck. Ryan telling us he still can't believe he's on Wheel of Fortune.
I still can't believe I'm there, so for me, it's a little out of body. I'm sure I'll get used to it as time goes on. But what I love is it's the same game show that America loves. It's the same thing that you expect every night.
Is there a job he can't do?
No.
No, not yet.
I mean, he is extremely adaptable to everything.
And I don't really think you could have picked a better person for that job.
What do you think about him being starstruck? Because he has literally interviewed everybody. He's been around everybody.
I love that. That he's still starstruck, right? That he still gets a little anxious about it.
And that's how iconic that show is. I mean, it has to be top 2, 3 game shows. And not just game shows, like iconic show in television.
Right.
In the history of television. It's beyond a game show.
Yeah.
Pat Sajak, did you expect Ryan to come behind him?
But who else would, though,
at first
right?
I thought it was interesting. I was like, Ryan Seacrest? But I mean, we've heard that a lot. He's always coming behind somebody who is just an icon. So I think I was surprised when I heard it, but.
Did you have anybody else in mind who you thought may take it?
No, because I was still kind of shook that Pat was leaving.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even know who would have done it. I mean, now that he's in, it's like, okay, that's perfectly natural, and that would have not have picked anybody else. But there's no one that big. And he's safe. He's a very safe character, too. The show's not too racy, doesn't get too crazy, so you need a guy like him.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, that's for sure. And like all of us around the table, Vanna and Ryan are getting to know each other's quirks one work day at a time.
I think what's been most fun for us is just getting to spend a little bit more time together and getting to know the details. I mean, I know how she likes her coffee. I know what time she eats dinner. I know what she makes for breakfast. I mean, like these little nuggets of life that you get to learn.
Yeah.
Well, wait, is Vanna like starstruck? Does she have anything to say? Maybe we'll hear it throughout the season. We'll see.
Now we're going to keep an extra ear out for it.
Now we got
how many words this weekend?
Yes. And speaking of new seasons, Survivor is back, and for the first time in a long time, there is a castaway from Phoenix. Rome Coney is a 30-year-old commentator from the Valley who says he fell in love with this show, binging all 46 seasons in 3 months before finally applying to be on the show. He got a call back.
So my mom, she said, boy, what is wrong with you? Why would you want to go out there onto an island and do that to yourself? And I said, Mom, listen, it's something that's awesome. It's the greatest game ever created. I also like the physical aspect of it because I like the challenges and things like that. The hardest thing for a lot of people is just, not having the ability to go eat at any time. It doesn't matter if it's day one, you're just not able to go grab something in your fridge or whatever, it's just like you're out of options. There's no options to eat unless you want to go get a coconut or something.
Well, I can tell he's excited. I like him already. Rome also says he thinks watching previous seasons of the show beforehand definitely gives you an advantage. So we'll see. Would you ever be on this show?
It gets a little cutthroat on there.
I haven't been a big fan of it. I know I know what they're doing,
right?
But I know that I couldn't do it just because I have a problem with a lot of people. And they would go to film this show and they'd be like, "Where's Yetta?" Because I leave.
I'm out of here.
I'll find a way out
Irish
of the house.
goodbye to the island.
Yeah, that would be my only issue. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love food. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize. I watch it occasionally.
Right.
And then when they win something, they get this big feast, usually like sponsored or something by a restaurant. But yeah, you're just on that island.
Are you gonna go get your own coconut?
If I had to, yeah. You might use it as a weapon.
I definitely would not. I would be out of there.
She'd be off the island.
Obviously, Rome can't tell if he's the winner, but he is sharing what he would do if he wins the $1 million prize.
If I was to win the $1 million, what I would use that $1 million for, my mom, she makes the very best cookies, the best mac and cheese, the best fried chicken. I would help her start and open up her own business to where that recipe would get out to everyone.
$1 million. I mean, it sounds good, but it doesn't go a long way for a long time. I mean, listen, I wouldn't turn it down. I wouldn't turn it down, but what would you do with $1 million right now?
Oh, I would travel the world for a year.
A year?
Well, I'm sure with $1 million I could do a little bit longer.
So you'll be right back at work?
Yeah, right. Pay off my house, invest in a huge chunk, and then take a fantastic trip.
I love how you're thinking invest first. I'm out.
It's so funny. Anytime we have these hypotheticals with Ian, because we worked together for a long time, he has the whole thing. It's planned down to details.
It sounds very adult.
Just a little too adult. There's some partying in there, some partying.
He really thinks it through. Okay, a new murder mystery, I'm into this, is creating a big buzz online. It's called The Perfect Couple, and it's based on a 2018 novel. This is a new Netflix show, a star-studded cast too, led by actors Liev Schreiber and Nicole Kidman. Nicole also serves as executive producer. So following the premiere, Liev shared with us some of the nerves he had while shooting this show.
For about 3 weeks before Nicole got there, and in many respects, because Nicole was also a producer on this film, she was very much the godmother of the film, and I was nervous because we'd been improvising a lot, and it had become this very sort of strange, dark and comic thing, and I was nervous on her first day that she wasn't going to be into all the improvising, and just suffice it to say that she threw down the gauntlet of improv on her very first day. And let us all know that she had tremendous range and a lot of great comic timing.
She is so talented, and so is he. He is a villain.
Oh,
I mean, that's all he is. Every time he does.
Very good villain.
You guys have not watched the show. I'm watching it right now. I'm on the last episode. I don't know what happens and how it comes out yet, but murder mysteries, are you guys into those?
I like some of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the missteps.
Okay, what do you mean?
When they screw up.
Oh.
And then you're
like,
I knew that. You're done. You should not have done that.
And then you like to watch it play out when they screw up. Yeah, you like them too.
I love them. I know this sounds terrible. Probably gives me nightmares. I will go to sleep watching them.
Oh my.
As background noise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that would make me have a bad dream.
No, I don't sleep like a baby.
Oh, it sounds so great listening to a murder.
Wait, so the murder mystery is a lullaby for you?
It is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
More with Ian and Vanessa. That's just minutes away, plus this. Inside the world of powerhouse anchor Deborah Norville, the face of Inside Edition, dishes on her humble beginnings.
We barely had a radio station. We didn't have a TV station.
Reveals her spiral into depression.
I jumped before they could push me. I didn't think I would ever be on television again.
And shares her comeback alongside television royalty.
First guest was Barbara Walters. My second guest was Oprah.
She tells me the simple thing that changed her life.
I felt like my life went better when I focused on what was working, as opposed to fixating on the things that went wrong.
Plus, Taylor Swift, Simone Biles. The NFL season is already abuzz with A-listers.
Simone Biles was actually one of the first to wear one of my designs. I was so excited to dress her.
The famous couple behind the fall fashion that you're going to see celebs rocking off the field. All of that when the season 2 premiere of This Arizona's Family original with me, Yetta Gibson, returns.
Wait a minute, you're from Atlanta?
I am.
I started at WAGA. WHEA-TV5. How did you not know
I've been
that?
stalking you forever.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Deborah Norville, the longtime face of Inside Edition, is nearing a 3-decade run. And as I learned, she, like me, is a Georgia peach.
This is good for your TV.
Yes.
Still in college, Deborah started in TV in Atlanta, traveling 2 hours back and forth from the University of Georgia to the heart of Atlanta, working as a reporter.
I've been doing this job since I was 19 years old. I interviewed the President of the United States on live TV when I was 19 years old. It was Jimmy Carter. That's how long I've been doing this. Yeah, but I love what I do.
Eventually, New York called, and Deborah rose to fame on NBC's The Today Show. But with her success came controversy.
Well, I had a pretty big pothole. Yeah, the Today Show said go away. I was the, how do they put it? I was literally on the front cover of one newspaper, The Other Woman. They spoofed me on Saturday Night Live as the Three Faces of Eve. You know, long story short, they even reported that I had gotten pregnant to save my job. Yeah, no, it was pretty intense.
Deborah Norville has been at the helm of Inside Edition for almost 3 decades. I sat down with her one-on-one inside the NYC studio where the iconic show tapes every day. But her journey to where she is now was not easy.
I am from Dalton, Georgia, carpet capital of the world. We make enough carpeting on an annual basis to pave a 6-lane highway around the equator.
They should send you a check for that.
Dalton, Georgia, population about 34,000. The place Deborah Norville started on a journey toward her now 40-plus year TV fame. Perhaps her career would never have taken off if it weren't for this announcement at her high school one day.
If you were a senior girl and you wanted to cut 5th period, come in here what the JCs had to say about junior miss. Well, I didn't know what junior miss was, but I knew what 5th period was, so yeah, sure, I'll go.
To skip 5th period, students had to showcase their special talents.
I was too shy to sing in front of anybody. I do not tap dance, I cannot twirl. Do you really want to hear somebody stand there by themselves and play the flute? No, but I made my own clothes. And so I modeled outfits that I had made, so my talent was sewing.
Well, she won, and she picked up another skill, magic. Yes, magic, and started winning pageants.
I went to the pageant in Mobile, Alabama. It was televised by CBS. So I saw the guys who were like putting up the lights and rigging the cameras and building all the stages, and they were working so hard, but they were so friendly. They just liked what they did. I wanted to be a lawyer because I love research. One of my mottos is facts are your friend. And when you got the facts, girl, you're going to win. And I thought, well, if you did production and you did research, like what I really was attracted to law for, you'd be a TV reporter. I just dreamt it up.
And talk about a dream come true. Deborah has had one heck of a career. She has won 2 Emmys for her work in network news. She's been inducted into the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame, and just recently was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Broadcasters Foundation of America. Most of Deborah's time in TV has been on Inside Edition, the face of the show for about 3 decades now.
What do you do on the 30th anniversary of working here? How do you even celebrate that?
Well, you wait to see if they let you come to work that day. You don't put the cart before the horse.
Before Inside Edition, Deborah, while a student at the University of Georgia, worked as a local news reporter in Atlanta, later working in Chicago, and then a big break. New York City called, offering her a job hosting NBC's News at Sunrise, and her ascend didn't stop there. She landed a lead role on The Today Show.
I couldn't have dreamed this big. I'm from Dalton, Georgia. We barely had a radio station. We didn't have a TV station. We didn't have a McDonald's until I was 14 years old. I couldn't have dreamt this big.
Barely 30 years old, Deborah's arrival led to negative undercurrents, breaking up the iconic duo of Bryant Gumbel and Jane Pauley.
yeah, the Today Show said go away.
Deborah went on maternity leave and did not return to Today after only about 14 months as co-anchor.
I was literally on the front cover of one newspaper, The Other Woman. They spoofed me on Saturday Night Live as the Three Faces of Eve. Yeah, no, it was pretty intense. And long story short, they even reported that I had gotten pregnant to save my job.
The New York Times reported Deborah became the center of criticism about younger women forcing older women out of jobs in TV. Also in that article, Norville described the criticism she received as a, quote, real character builder that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
One woman opined that I reminded her of the high school cheerleader who could do the entire football team and then ace calculus. And I've been a born-again Christian since I'm 15. She said, and she's got this is a direct quote, she's got this born-again thing, ... She must be stopped. I jumped before they could push me. I didn't think I would ever be on television again. I spiraled down into a massive depression, did not leave my home for 6 weeks, did not get dressed for days on end, only left the apartment to take my newborn baby to the pediatrician for his visits, and we left the country.
Where'd you go?
We moved to the south of France. We rented out our house. We rented a place there. And even in Europe, they were talking about me. And there was a story in the International Herald Tribune, and I said to my husband, my name is going to be in there. So there was a picture of me breastfeeding. The hue and cry, Deborah Norville nursing in public. No, actually, I was home. It was bad.
Deborah returned home to a job offer that would return her to the airwaves.
Funnily enough, ABC Radio had asked me to do a talk radio show. And I succeeded Sally Jesse Raphael doing a 3-hour call-in show from 7 to 10 at night. First guest was Barbara Walters. My second guest was Oprah.
And that was it. The rest is history after that. How did you mentally get past that? For them to ask you to be back in the spotlight, so to speak, did you flinch at that?
It was God making this happen. So again, I see the Lord's hand in a lot of the good stuff that's happened in my life.
Her experience, the good and the bad, led Deborah to what has now become new chapters in her career via a whole lot of books. Her latest one, Thank You Power, where she writes about the science behind creating good in life.
That's the kind of stuff that I read. But I wonder what made you say, I'm going to write this book.
Honestly, I was bored at work. I'm not going to lie.
I thought it was going to be this great.
There's nothing profound. I was bored at work, and I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was when Britney Spears had shaved her head. She was beating up cars with umbrellas. Lindsay Lohan was getting arrested for DUI every time you turned around. And I'm like, and I went to journalism school for this. I had a lot of extra time on my hands, and I wanted to just sort of follow a hunch I had, which was I felt like my life went better when I focused on what was working as opposed to fixating on the things that went wrong. But, like, where's the proof? Remember my motto, facts are your friend. Was there any data to back that up? And so I started going into peer-reviewed academic literature and looking at the actual research that was published by people who were in this field. Your dopamine receptors are located right here. When you feel good, when you're in positive affect, it all happens right here. You will be smarter if you go through life in gratitude. You will be able to solve problems because you will see different bits of information that come together and like, that's it, eureka.
Deborah figured it all out, the source of overall happiness in finding her way back to a successful road she created in Dalton, Georgia, after a pretty dark turn. With around 5 million viewers every day, Deborah's impressive work in the TV industry continues to be top-notch. And as she embarks on another milestone year at Inside Edition, she shares perspective that can resonate with everyone.
So if there's a moral of the story, it's, for me anyway, keep your eyes open, keep your arms ready to receive, and always be grateful. Because people want to help those who say thank you. And if you go through life ready to receive and ready to give back gratitude, you might end up with a dream a lot bigger than you could have dreamt.
My goodness, that's beautiful.
That was a good one. That was an ender, wasn't it?
Fun fact, Deborah still loves sewing. Not only has she created her own clothes, but she has a yarn business as well. You can find it all on Amazon, as well as all of those books she's written as well. Creating custom jackets for Taylor Swift, Simone Biles, an NFL power couple reveals what they've got up their sleeves this fall. The NFL season is back, and while many of us are excited for the sports, others like me will have their eyes off the field. We're talking about fashion. Taylor Swift and Simone Biles rocked these puffer jackets last season. Remember those? And the items quickly became a staple online. Fashion designer Kristen Jusek is the visionary behind these jackets. She also happens to be the wife of San Francisco 49ers player Kyle Jusek. Kristen is telling us to look out this season.
Yeah, so I mean, Simone Biles was actually one of the first to wear one of my designs. I was so excited to dress her. It was just honestly such an honor. I mean, she's just the epitome of female strength. And then, of course, it led to Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift, which was honestly just such an honor. I'm treating Kyle's training camp like my sewing training camp. So we're going to be working on all designs, and I'll be sewing endlessly coming up soon.
Something tells me she's the one in charge.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Taylor Swift, that's a big one to have wear your stuff for sure.
Absolutely.
Wow,
and Simone Biles.
Oh, yeah.
Honey.
I mean,
amazing.
how do you go up from there? Ian Schwartz?
Downgrade.
What do you guys think about fashion and sports? Because, you know, the tunnel for the basketball players.
I love
that?
it. The Suns do a great job of having the guys do the walkthrough and in the slow-mo.
It is fun to watch, for sure. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You're going to be seeing a lot more of us season 2. We're going to be dishing on what's up in the world every single week now. You do not want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching. You can connect with me on Instagram, where you can see more behind the scenes stuff. It's good. My handle is down below. We hope you feel informed and inspired. Thanks so much for joining us for this Arizona's Family Original. We'll see you again next week.
Okay, this is good for your TV.
Yes.
You want to sign on that door?
Do you have one?
I'll make one.
Okay.
Great. Found out that Mr. Wonderful wasn't that summer, so I came back. I started right after Labor Day.
Oh, wow. So Kyle and I actually met on Facebook. In typical fashion of me, I'm always shooting my shot.
I was not ready to retire. So here I am, and I have a great guy that I'm working with.
There is always cameras on you. It does not matter what you want to do.
We can't say anything funny on command. It's impossible. When you're funny like this, naturally,